What's up, guys? We're here back in the garage working on the Starion again, finally. Just a quick video. We had a few misfortunes. Unfortunately, well, our whole plan for tonight was to reinforce the Crossmember, which I'll be showing you here in a second how much we've got done. We were going to reinforce the Crossmember and start boxing it in, to bring everything level, make sure the engine was in the proper position before we set everything down, and my welder ran out of wire. And I swear that always happens, every time I'm in the mood to weld, and I got a good project going, and then boom, out of weld. And then, like I said, we always start late at night, so there's nothing open. I can't just run down and go pick some up right now. So we're gonna have to save that, I guess, for another night. So I have to go pick some up tomorrow. So anyway, this is what we got done so far. We have put air in the tire, which is a big deal. So there you go. We got air in the tire. Okay, we put it up on the jack stands so we get under it. Let me show you what we're going to be doing for our Crossmember. Go down here. All right. So this is the whole idea we have here. Let me get out of the shadow. Let me get rid of the shadows here. Okay. So we have this thick gauge pipe right here, and what we did for now is bring each side of the original Crossmember up to level, and then weld this bar across right here, so that we're able to bring these two back together pretty much, and then putting the level on it. Putting the level on it, it's pretty level. So that's not bad, and that's exactly how we took a measurement on top of the car and on the roof of the car and the cowling of the car, and we have the same level. So also we balanced out the motor, where the motor is going to be sitting, and we got a pretty equal level there. So and we can see the mounts a little bit better from under here. See, I still haven't welded them up yet. We're just holding on 4 tacks, so that's pretty. Welding tacks are pretty strong. So we're gonna have to mark where we're gonna need to bolt this piece on, and then also mark where we're gonna bolt that side on, our modified S2000 mounts. And also, what we plan to do is actually box this part in and put some weld in some gussets right here to this bar on each side, and probably kind of make a few incisions here and put this flat so we can weld this all and it'll be a little bit more flowing. So we do have clearance in between that pipe and the oil pan, so we're good with that. We're real happy with that. You can see better down here our McGregor Motorsports bell housing. We do not have a clutch in it yet. We have to have a pilot bearing machined. I have a buddy who does CNC, and McGregor Motorsports recommends I believe they called it a phosphorus bronze material that will have the outer diameter of the flywheel for the K-Series and the inner diameter for the input shaft on the Toyota transmission. Let's see if we can get that in there. Yeah, well. And then what we would have to do is get a Honda K-Series. We can still use the Honda K-Series pressure plate and the Honda K-Series disc, but we need to switch out the center spline on the disc for that spline of the W58 transmission. So that's how we're going to be running our clutch system. So it's pretty much any stage we choose that goes to a K, and then we can have the clutch place re-rivet the center spline button or whatever they call it. So okay, moving on down, you can see our factory Crossmember. You see our factory Starion Crossmember right there, and that is a factory Toyota W58 transmission mount, and you can see how nicely it sits there in the original position that just like the Mitsubishi transmission mount sat. It's sitting in the same spot. Only thing difference is the Mitsubishi was a 2-bolt mount and the Toyota is a 4-bolt. So we actually have to drill 2 holes on each side of those holes. so we can actually bolt that one in. And everything's pretty level. You can see if it comes out. You can see where the differential flange is back there, and it's lining up really nice, actually. Let me see if I can get it to line up for you guys. See right there. Okay. Also, right now we have the motor centered. We took a measurement from each side of the frame, from here to here, and then we just found the center and made sure we lined up our crank bolt. I'm sorry, our crank pulley bolt right here, just to dead center. And then also, let me get up here, just to make sure we had our pitch correct. We measured the distance between the inner fender on each side, and we found that that bolt right there, that 10mm bolt, is actually dead center. So what we wound up doing was just holding a wire there, and then also in the front right here, this part right here is dead center in the front. So we held the wire up against here just to check our pitch. And I don't know if it can come up on camera. You know what? I need to remove the valve cover. You got it? Okay, hold on. Go ahead and stretch this out here. You got it? Okay. You can see that we are... Oh, hold on. Redo. We were. Yeah, go ahead and go in the center of that. The little bracket is going in the center is actually right below that 10mm bolt, so you can get the wire a little bit lower. Alright, set here, and then you can see if I stretch this wire out in the camera, there it is. You can see that it is right in line, right in the center, right there, just perfect. So it's not pitching. It's not pitching a little bit too much to the left. It's not pitching too much to the right. You know, it's in its original factory slant. It's, you know, perfectly level. Our drain, our oil drain is going to be accessible, which is great. So I'm sorry if this video is going to be short, but like I said, we were planning on doing all that tonight, getting it all done. I just, you know, didn't want to go too far in between updates on this thing, because we are actively working on it. And then also our Sharp, you know, we gotta get working on our Sharp Customs intake manifold. I didn't mention a price on it. I said it looked expensive on the last video, and actually what we had paid for this, including the fuel rail and all the mounts and everything, this beautiful piece right here, we only paid about $340 for it. So that was from Sharp Customs out in Florida. So I mean, it's a really nice handmade piece there. So like I said, we still gotta cut the flange and flip that. And then we are starting to take inventory of what we're going to need, or actually not inventory. We're making a list of what parts we're going to need to make that turbo manifold, because like I said, we do plan to have this thing up and running before the end of the year. So that gives us, you know, a good 3, maybe 4 months, maybe at the beginning of the year. We definitely want to make Mitsubishi Owners Day next year for sure in this. So, I mean, we're just real excited about getting it started, getting it running. You excited?
Hell yeah. Can't wait! First in the world!
First in the world. That's right. So, we do have the harness for it, and we're starting to go through it already. Trying to eliminate what we're not going to need, which is not too much on these, because I mean, there's not really too much to the wiring harness on these, which is great. Honda's always been good for that. Anything else we need to add?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, look what we got in the back over there. Ooh, it's like a turbo, man. That's what it's missing. Some NOS. All right, so yeah, we do apologize again for making this video so short, but like I said, we really wanted to update you guys on the Starion. And just in case you're wondering, the word Starion, you know, maybe people wonder, you know, what's a Starion? You know, a Starion is actually Stalion. If you notice in the last video, we had that JDM commercial at the end, and if you notice, there's a horse's head on the logo where it says Starion and the horse on the top. In the Japanese language, there's no L, I guess you could say. There's no L sound, so they substitute the L's with R's. So it's it's actually pronounced Stalion.
Stalion.
So they meant to make it Stalion, but we took it as Starion. So and it's written like that as Starion. So we'll explain that language later on maybe. So, but yeah, so we're gonna leave you with this short video. We're gonna start to get to ordering more parts on it because Jericho really wants this thing to fly. I think Jericho's girlfriend really wants to see this thing fly.
Yeah.
So I think she's getting upset with me, huh? No?
No, with our delay, how life is getting the best of us.
Yeah.
So I told her, hey, life first, and then cars second.
All right. Is that true? Yeah. Yes, life first. Of course. Just gotta take care of things first. All right. I think I'm getting that 80s dust again.
Oh, 80s dust is coming back.
80s dust is coming back. I don't remember the 80s being so harsh on my lungs. So all right, guys. So we'll leave you with this, and I can't apologize anymore that this video is going to be very short. So we're going to wish you a good night, and stay tuned for the next one, which should be coming pretty soon. So have a good one.
Stalion.